Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kelly, and for today's video we are going to be talking about my fall TBR slash hopefuls slash the books that I just want to read during the fall time. I've probably said this a billion times, but fall is my favorite season. I just come alive in the fall time. We've got sweaters, the leaves are changing, pumpkin, I don't know, just the coziness of the season is just my favorite. Like Halloween, I just love fall so much, and getting to read fantasy books because fantasy fall, duh. I just love the fall time so much. I know technically we are still in summer, but my mind is ready for fall. So I have some books here in some piles. So we have a fantasy pile, we have a historical fiction pile, and then we have a dark romance little. There's two books, but I'm calling it a pile. And then on my phone, I wrote down some books that I want to read that are on Kindle Unlimited that I don't own the physical copies of. And yeah, I'm so excited for the fall time. I'm excited to lay on the couch in a hoodie and a blanket and light some candles and just read a fantasy book. And even reading outside in the fall time is really nice too, because you can see the leaves falling and grab a pumpkin drink from Dunkin'. The vibes for fall are just immaculate. So I'm ready for fall. Goodbye summer, you were fun, but fall, bring it on. Alright, I don't know where to start. I think we're going to start with fantasy because it's the biggest pile. And yeah, let's just get into the books that I want to read for fall. So first we have the second book in the Dance of Thieves duology. This is Vow of Thieves. I read Dance of Thieves last year and I really liked it, and I've heard that this is people's favorite in the duology, so I'm really excited to read it. I can't say much because it is a second book. I don't want to spoil what happens in Dance of Thieves, but I am really excited to continue reading about these characters because I really did enjoy the first book. I forget what I rated the first book, but I think I gave like a 4-star or above. I just can't remember the exact rating. So I will definitely be picking up Vow of Thieves soon. Next, I really want to read this series, but I feel like it is a commitment, and there are some other series that I want to read just a little bit more. So this is more on like the maybe I will start it. I definitely am not going to finish the whole series. You never know, but I don't think I will. It is the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. I think that's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I think this is about a girl who, if she touches anybody, like her touch is lethal. So if she touches you, you die. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what the back says. The moon understands what it means to be human, uncertain, alone, cratered by imperfections. Yeah, here we go. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the reestablishment has plans for her, plans to use her as a weapon. But Juliet has plans of her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the very first time and to find a future with the one boy she thought she'd lost forever. In the electrifying first book in the Shatter Me series, Tahira Mafi presents a riveting dystopian world, a thrilling superhero story, and an unforgettable heroine. So I own every single book except for the last novella and then the last book, I believe. Because I think the books are behind me. Oh no, they're up here. So I own Unite Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me, Find Me, Restore Me, and Defy Me. You can't see that, but yeah, I own every single book except for the novella and then the very last book. I think it's called Imagine Me. I don't own those, but since I do own pretty much the whole entire series, I would like to at least start the first book. Let me know if you've read Shatter Me. I've heard really good things about it. Actually, I've heard mixed opinions. I've heard some people say that's not their favorite, and then I've heard a lot of people say that this is one of their favorites. So let me know if you've read it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Next, we have a trilogy that I've just heard amazing things about. I've never read anything from this author before, but we have The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I'm pretty sure this book is on my 24 books to read in 2024. But when I saw Sarah Caroli rave about this trilogy, I had to pick it up. So it's just been sitting on my TBR for a while because I wanted to read this during the fall time. And the back kind of gives me Throne of Glass vibes, like kind of. It says 17-year-old Kiva, I don't know how to say her last name, has spent the last 10 years fighting for survival in the notorious death prison. Zalindov working as the prison healer. When the rebel queen is captured, Kiva is charged with keeping the terminally ill woman alive long enough for her to undergo the trial by ordeal, a series of elemental challenges against the torments of air, fire, water, and earth, assigned to only the most dangerous of criminals. I don't want to read the whole thing at the back because sometimes I don't like to read all of the backs. I feel like I could give away some things, but I am really excited to read this. I feel like this is perfect for October. I don't know. This cover is just giving me October vibes, and I don't know what it is about it, but I'm really excited. Next, we have Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the War of Lost Hearts. This is the first book. It is a trilogy and it is completed. The other series that I read by Carissa Broadbent is still ongoing, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm pretty sure the next book comes out next month, I think, or maybe the month after. It comes out soon, that's all I know, and I'm so excited for that one to come out. But I've heard a lot of people say that this series is very underrated and they really recommend to read it, and I'm really excited. And also the cover is so cute. Should I read the back? I don't know, I kind of don't want to read it. I kind of want to go in blind, but I'm really excited for this one. Alright, next you will see me talk about this book in my September reading wrap-up, but I recently just read The Cruel Prince, the first book, and I want to finish the trilogy off with The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. I really liked the first book, so I'm excited to get into these other ones. I think The Wicked King is people's favorite in the trilogy, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with this, and I probably will read the second book in September. I just want to get into my TBR a little bit more. Next we have Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles, and this cover is giving me Marvel vibes. So I'm excited. I know it's about superheroes. Secret identities, extraordinary powers, she wants vengeance, he wants justice. I don't know how many books are in, I think it's a trilogy, I believe. So do you consider a trilogy a series, or is like a series more than 3 books? So like 3 books is a trilogy, I know 2 books is duology, and then any more than 3 books is considered a series, I believe. I think that's correct. Don't hold me to that, I could be completely wrong. But this is a thick one, but I am really excited to read this book. I got recommended this one from Rachel Catherine. She talked about it in one of her reading vlogs, and it sounded really good, so I bought it. Perfect for fall. Next, we have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've never read anything by this author before. I've heard people say that, I think they say you're supposed to start with this one. Like, she has some other series other than this one. I forget the names of them, but I think this is where people said to start on TikTok. I'm pretty sure I watched a video. But I don't want to read all of this because the writing is really tiny. It says, prepare to be dazzled by a world of parallel Londons where magic thrives, starves, or lies forgotten, and where power can destroy just as quickly as it can create. That sounds really good. I have another book by V.E. Schwab that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So, I'm really excited to read something by this author. And then last for the fantasy genre, but definitely not least, I am going to be starting this series in September. And that is the Zodiac Academy series by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valiente. Everybody talks about this on TikTok, on Bookstagram, just everywhere. I've heard people rave about it. I've also heard people say that they compare this series to reality TV. I've heard people say the writing isn't the best, but if you love the characters, then that doesn't really matter to you. So I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. And I read the back of this and it made me even more excited to start it. I'm going to read the back of it for you. I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heir to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm Fae. But of course there's a catch. All I have to do to claim my birthright is prove that I'm the most powerful supernatural in the whole of Solaria. And sure, technically that's true. I'm the daughter of the Savage King. But the bit they didn't put in the brochure was that every single fae in this kingdom would claim my throne if they could. My biggest problem is the drool-worthy dragon shifter who has his eyes on my throne. He and his 3 psycho friends are determined to make my time here hell. All I've got to do is survive, but fate might have other ideas. And then at the bottom says, damn it, why couldn't I have gotten a letter to Hogwarts? And when I read that, I could not stop laughing. I thought that was hilarious. And I'm just so excited to get lost in another fantasy series because last fall I read Throne of Glass and I was just enthralled in that universe, and I really actually want to do a reread, so I am going to throw that in this video as well. I want to at least start a Throne of Glass reread this fall. I don't think I'm going to read like binge it all in the fall time, maybe like fall and winter time, but I do want to start a reread on that because I miss those characters so much. But I have heard that Zodiac Academy has a great found family, and also I'm pretty sure there's like a bully romance that starts up in this as well. So I'm just very, very ready to just get lost in another huge fantasy world. I'm pretty sure this whole thing has like not over 20 books, but like around 20 books, and they're like some that are like connected, like you don't have to read them. It's hard to describe it. If you like look up Zodiac Academy reading order, there's like different ones where there's like different series that, I don't know, intertwine in each other. I think that makes sense. I don't know, but I think I'm just going to read Zodiac Academy full through, and then if I want to pick up those other ones after that, then I will. So I'm really excited. Let me know down below if you want me to do a Zodiac Academy reading vlog, and let me know if you want it to be like spoilers or non-spoilers. So also, I really want to watch Larry Reed's reading these, but she's doing it spoiler and I haven't read them yet, so I can't. But yeah. And she is definitely where I got the recommendation to start this. So shout out to you, Larry. And yeah, those are all of the fantasies that I want to read during the fall time. We are going to be starting a lot of trilogies, series, so I'm going to have to try and keep up with all of these books. Okay guys, so we had to take a little brief intermission because my foot ended up falling asleep, but we are back now. And now I'm going to be talking about some historical fiction books that I would like to read during the fall time. I want to do a video maybe in October of me reading books that are out of my comfort zone. I've never read historical fiction before, and I've just heard amazing things about these books. So let me know if you're interested in seeing that video in October. But first we have The Invisible Life of Addy Laroo. I didn't know at first where to put this book, like what category. I didn't know if it was fantasy or historical fiction, or I didn't know what it was, but I googled it and Google says genres are fantasy, fantasy fiction, historical fiction, and historical fantasy. So the only thing that I know about this book is you're following a girl and she ends up making a deal that where she lives forever. But the only thing is everyone who she meets, once they leave her, like once they leave for the day or whatever, they leave, when they see her again, they don't remember her. So that's the only thing that I know about this. I've seen people on TikTok bawling their eyes out, and when I saw that, I was like, add to cart. So really excited to read this one. I've heard amazing things. So the only thing I don't like about this book is I hate those like covers where they're not like fully, and then you have like this little... Can we stop doing that, please? I'm begging. Nonetheless, really looking forward to read this book. Next, we have Lovely War by Julie Berry. The same thing with these covers not matching up. It just irks me so much. Anyways, I saw Destiny Sidwell raving about this book, so I bought it. I just let booktubers influence me on just spending all my money. It's fine. It's completely fine. I don't know what this book is about. Let's see. Does love conquer war? The answer is never in doubt, but is a pleasure to have confirmed by a celestially inspired storyteller. In the perilous days of World Wars I and II, the gods held the fate and the hearts of 4 mortals in their hands. Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette. A classical pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgian orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their Tory, oh my god, I can't read. Why am I a reader if I can't read? Their story, as told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion, and reveals that though love is a formidable force, it is no match for the transcendence power of love. Out of all of the historical fictions, I think I'm the most excited for this one because it has really good rating on Goodreads. So I'm just really excited for fall and fall reads, if you can't tell already. And then last for this stack, I don't know, I lost the genre, whatever. The Nightingale by Chris and Hannah. I also want to read Firefly Lane. I didn't grab it, it's all the way over there. I don't feel like going to pick it up, but I do want to read Chris and Hannah books. I've never read anything by her before, and I've just heard nothing but the best things. With courage, grace, and powerful insight, best-selling author Kristen Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II and illuminates an intimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale, a phenomenon that has enthralled a generation of readers. People's Choice Favorite Fiction winner. BuzzFeed Best of the Year, The Wall Street Journal Best of the Year. So everybody loves this book. Everybody's cried over this book. And I'm ready to cry. Bring on the tears. I'm ready. After I read this, I'll let you know if I was actually ready or not. So yeah, those are all the historical fictions that I want to read at the moment. I think I'm going to add one more book for the video. I think 4 would be good. So let me know any historical fiction recommendations down in the comments and I'll add it to the video. Next we have 2 dark romances and they are from the same author, so I'm going to show them at the same time. But we have God of Malice. This is the first book in the Legacy of God series. This book is on my 24 books to read in 2024. And then we have Vow of Deception by Renegades. This is the first book in the Deception trilogy. I'm still making my way through Renegades' reading order, but these 2, this one's a trilogy, this one's a series. I'm just so excited to get into them because I've heard that these are people's favorites of Renegades. So I'm just super excited. I really badly want to skip to the Deception trilogy, but I just really want to continue on with the recommended reading order because I skipped around when I read the Monster trilogy. So I just want to get back into her reading order, which will bring me to, I wrote down a list on my notes app of books that I don't own, but they're books on Kindle Unlimited that I want to read during the fall time. Let me pull it up, hold up. And these are just some of them that I could come up with. I could be forgetting some of them, but let's just get into it. So, on that note, I wanted to continue the Renaverse. The next book that I have to read is All the Lies. I think this is a duology. I don't know who the characters are, but that is the next book that I have to read in her reading order. So yeah, I just really want to get back into Rena Kent's world. I love her writing, I love her characters, and I love the stories that she creates. So I'm just really excited to get back into that, and I feel like dark romance is perfect for the fall time. So there's that one, and then are all these fantasies, I think? I don't think this one's a fantasy. Okay, I'm just gonna read off the names. I'm not gonna like Google them and read you a summary. But we have Deadia. I actually ordered this book on Amazon because I wanted the physical copy. It's by Carrie Lake. It's coming tomorrow. And I've just heard amazing things. So I purchased that book, but it is also on Kindle Unlimited. Then we have the Book of Azrael. I didn't write down the authors of that one, but we have the Book of Azrael. Then we have The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I want to read more books by Frida McFadden. I love her thrillers, so I want to read more of her books that she has. So The Teacher is one I've heard a lot of things about. Then I want to finish the Housemaid trilogy by her. I didn't read the last book, so I want to read that in the fall time as well. And then Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I have the first book and I read that already. I don't own the second book yet, but the other one is on Kindle Unlimited and I want to finish that duology. And then last but definitely not least, we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This is a trilogy. The last book, I believe, just came out this month or last month, something like that. It is a gothic fantasy, I believe. I actually went to Barnes the other day to buy this book. I wanted the hardcover, but they don't sell the hardcover in store anymore. But I think the author posted that they're going to be making a bundle of all 3 of the books in hardcover, and that's going to be coming out in October. So I think I might just wait till October and then buy the whole trilogy. I think. Or I'll just end up buying on Amazon, because I think Amazon does sell the hardcovers. I think. I'd have to look into that. But I really do want to read Belladonna. I've heard amazing things. And yeah, those are all the books that I want to read during the fall time. We have a lot of options, so many books. Will I complete all of these? Let's be real. No, probably not. And I know I don't really have a lot of romance in here, and that's just because I read romance every month. None of my romance books are screaming fall that I own physically, so that's why I didn't really have a regular romance stack. But yeah, that is it. Sorry this video was just all over the place. I thought it would be better since I had it in little categories, but it still turned out to be a little bit of a mess. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what book you're the most excited to read during the fall time. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.